Okay, students, I have just completed the lesson plan lecture video for week 3, and now I'm going to move into the quotes. I will do this one very quickly. I've already gone over the quote with you when I did the lesson plan slide. So I am going to open the quote. This is week 3, quote 2. And this is where you will find further instructions and you will find your Google Docs to work on. So I see that some of you have already been here and done this, and I'm so proud of you. You've already turned it in. Okay, let's open this Google Docs. This is where you will study the quote and the information about the author from the lesson plan slides for week 3. Then you will complete the questions as you analyze this week's quote. Remember, this quote is due, and I posted it to be due Saturday, but I have changed it. It will be due, and if I haven't made it to all of the sections to make all of the changes, I will get to them before this week ends. I made the decision Tuesday afternoon to go ahead and extend, maybe it was Monday afternoon, because we weren't in school on Monday. Anyway, I made the decision to extend all of your due dates until Sunday at 6 p.m. instead of Saturday at 6 p.m. And that's to help those family members whose parents work and they have to drive the students to the hotspots to get internet. So I figured that parents might be off on Saturday and Sunday and they can go to the library or other hotspot areas. Okay, so here is your Google Docs, and you will type your information on this, and this is a very, very important key point. Make sure that your responses are typed in blue ink, not the questions, but your answers, your responses. Okay, the quote, I will say it again. In nature, there are neither rewards nor punishments. There are only consequences. Okay, let's think about this for just a moment. In nature, you're not given a reward if you do something good, and you're not given a punishment if you do something bad. If you're just out there in nature, there are only consequences of choices or actions. And let's think about this for just a moment. In nature, in the woods, no houses, no people living there, just the woods. If a tree falls down, there will be some consequences as a result of that tree falling down. Some of the consequences might be that tree may be so huge that it knocks down other trees. Once that tree falls down, it splits from the root and it begins to die and decay. Animals who may have used that home as shelter or even food sustenance now have to find another tree, another home, and another place to gather their food, especially if the tree had nuts or berries. And some of the animals and creatures that live in the woods eat leaves. So those would be the consequences. Now think in terms of the words neither nor. Neither nor always are paired together, just as either or are always paired together. These two pairs of words are known as correlative conjunctions. I would like for you to write that down in your notes under this quote, because this is something that I would like for you to remember. This is just a little tiny hint of a bit of grammar information. A correlative conjunction, let's think about that. Break it down. What does it mean? Well, we know that a conjunction is used to connect. It connects to sentences. It can connect to words, to things, to people. Okay, so a conjunction connects. The correlative part of this indicates that two of these work together in unison to do the connecting. So therefore, neither nor and either or are two pairs of correlative conjunctions. Something else I want you to keep in mind is that neither and nor, the two ends, always go together. Never separate them, never split them. Either or always goes together. You would never cross them over and say neither or either nor. It's always the ends, neither nor, and the vowels, either or. Okay? They go together. Now also think in terms of, what does neither nor mean? It has a negative connotation, such as if I brought a pie and a cake and I set it down on a table in front of you and I say to you, you will have neither the cake nor the pie. That means you don't get any. You will have neither the cake nor the pie. You don't get any. But if I bring the cake and the pie and set it down on the table in front of you and I say, you may have either a piece of pie or a piece of cake. That means that you do get something. You don't get both. You get one, but you do get something. Okay, so keep that in mind as you think about this quote, either or, neither nor. Here are your questions. I want you to, in your own words, express, write down, tell me what you think Ingersoll, the author, means by this particular quote. In other words, what does this quote mean to you in your own words? Question number 2 says, play with the word placement of this quote and write an alternative version of it beginning with, now when you rewrite this quote in your own version, for this one you have to begin with these words. There are only ... and you finish writing the quote. Okay? Question number 3 says to completely rewrite the quote exactly as it appears the way Ingersoll wrote it, except I want you to substitute the synonyms for the following words. Find another word to put in place of rewards, another word for punishments, and then another word in place of consequences. And then I want you to highlight those chosen words that you selected to replace rewards, punishment, and consequences. Make sure that you not highlight, but you bold those 3 words that you use to replace those. The last question says, why did Ingersoll say neither consequences nor punishments? Why didn't he simply say neither consequences or punishments? Now, I have told you this information. I even asked you the question, what is this type of word choice? I explained that earlier when I was going through this quote in this particular lecture video. If you missed it, you may want to stop and replay. You may want to definitely take notes and write down some of the things that I said about this quote. So, this is going to conclude my quote lecture video. I hope you found this helpful.